Hey guys, Sean here. I just got off of work, so I thought I would maybe make a few videos to get a little bit ahead of my filming for Vlogmas. Um, I say that as the first one I'm recording, and I have no idea what order they're going to go in, so you may see this a little out of order, you may not, I don't know. But I want to um, do a video going through the films I watched definitely in November, and if it's not super long video, I might go back even into October. But just kind of want to talk about some of the movies I've been watching, and maybe this will become a monthly thing or a bi-monthly thing, depending on how many movies I'm watching. Kind of like a film wrap up. What I've been watching. I don't know that I'm ever gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do individual if I continue on with movie content on the channel, if I'll ever do like individual film reviews, um, or if I'll just kind of do some film wrap ups. I guess it'll depend on if I have a lot to say about a movie or not. But I don't approach movies, I guess, like a lot of more critical cinephiles. Um, I'm mostly looking for enjoyment out of a movie, just like a book. I'm mostly looking for enjoyment out of it. I have a cat that really wants to say something right now, um, but yeah. So just thought I'd go through the movies that I watched in November. A lot of them were rewatches because my wife and I we did this thing last year where we took our kind of Halloween, and she's not a big horror movie fan, so with her it's more like spooky movies and thrillers and stuff. We kind of took that in through November, and she called it October, because she was really busy last October. She's always really busy in October. It was the same even with no actual theater happening. She was still really busy in October. And October's just usually a busy month for us because our anniversary and her birthday's in it, and my birthday's at the end of September. So we usually try to take a little trip and celebrate all three things. And we did go to the west side of Michigan for a couple of days to the wine trails. Um, but yeah, she was doing a lot of virtual theater events in October too, just over Zoom. Um, so we still had to do kind of her October thing and continue the watching in through November. So a lot of these are ones I've seen before too, and some of them she hadn't seen and I had seen, and are ones that we just wanted to rewatch. But anyway, I'm just gonna go. I'm got my letterbox open, and I'm just gonna go through the list of my diary and what I watched. Um, and maybe talk a little bit about them. Didn't really start watching anything in November until midway through the month. Um, I don't remember. I don't know why. Just we didn't. Uh, oh, I know. I know why. First half of the month was election and stress and drama and watching the news and just needing absolute brainless stuff to watch because you just didn't have the brain power for much else. So on the 14th, we watched Disney Pixar's Coco, and I'm gonna see if I can get some of these. I opened to get the director, and some of them I did not. I gotta go one more, but yeah, directed by Lee Unkrich. Um, but we hadn't seen Coco yet, and she wanted to watch this one because of the whole Day of the Dead aspect of it, and we both really enjoyed it. I think she enjoyed it a lot more than I did. I still really enjoyed it, but I think she got a lot more out of it than I did. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable movie. Pixar does a really good job. Um, Next, we watched The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Um, I'm going to try to insert some movie posters in here too before I post this video. But Disney's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad is from 1949. A lot of you may have watched it in school or when you were kids. But it is Disney's double feature animated thing that has The Wind in the Willows and Legend of Sleepy Hollow in it. So it's actually the appearance of the mole rat and badger, or sorry, the mole and the badger, not the mole and the mole and the rat, who are Sherlock and Watson and the Great Mouse Detective. And it's just fun to. It was just fun to revisit that. We've been going through, and this was this one we ended up doing out of order because we wanted to watch it for Sleepy Hollow for our October thing. But we've been going through the Disney on Disney Plus, the Disney Through the Ages collection. Started with the 20s and 30s. We watched all the shorts and stuff. We've just been going right on down the line and just watching things. So some of that is in here too. On the 21st of November, we watched the animated feature of Tim Burton's Frankenweenie. We also watched, and I don't remember because I didn't mark it as a feature length movie. I think if I went into my shorts list on Letterboxd, I'd find it. But we also watched the original live action short of Frankenweenie that had Shelley Duvall in it. But I didn't really care for the full length stop motion animation of Frankenweenie. They did a lot. If you watch the short and you watch the movie, they did a lot of unnecessary things with the feature length. It didn't need to be a feature length, and Tim Burton had to add a lot of things that detracted from the story to put it into a feature length format. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't successful. 22nd, we watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, their first Disney animated feature. I don't think I need to explain it very much. It's been since I was a little kid since I'd seen it, so it was fun. 24th, we watched Edward Scissorhands. Neither one of us had seen it in a very long time, and my wife wasn't even sure if she had ever really fully seen it from beginning to end. She knew she had seen lots of parts of it, but again, going back, 1990, so 30 years. 30 years later with Edward Scissorhands. It again wasn't. It was very weak in plot, actually, and it. I mean, it was okay, but wasn't quite what I remembered. And I think my main aspect of it in the 90s when I used to watch it was Vincent Price was in it. It was one of I think Vincent Price's last film. So yeah, I think I was more enamored with that in the 90s than I was with the actual story of the plot, because looking back at it 30 years later as an adult, it's not the strongest plot, and the conflict that ends up happening that drives the last part of the movie is for a weak reason. And yeah, I think this was more about the Tim Burton being Tim Burton than than anything. 25th, we watched The Invisible Man, not the new one. The 1933 one, directed by James Whale, with early Claude Rains role. Claude Rains playing the Invisible Man. We watch this every year. We absolutely love this. It's probably my favorite of the Universal monster movies. Just love that film. The 27th, I finally started on Criterion Channel. I subscribed to Criterion Channel, and they have a collection of new Korean cinema on there, and I finally started watching it. I've only watched one in it, and I got a couple I need to watch this month because they're going away this month. But I watched The Quiet Family from 1998, directed by Kim Ji-woon. This was just a really fun black comedy. A family owns this lodge on a hiking path, and people just keep turning up dead at the lodge. And the father of the family they start hiding the bodies that turn up dead because they don't want to tarnish the reputation of the lodge. And it's a really fun black comedy. An early role from Song Kang-ho, who is the father in Parasite, which a lot of you may have seen since it won so many awards this year. So it was an early role of his. Just really fun black comedy. On the 27th, we watched Wait Until Dark, the Audrey Hepburn movie from 1967, directed by Terrence Young, based on the play. Is one of my favorite plays, and the movie just absolutely does it justice. Alan Arkin plays the antagonist. Audrey Hepburn plays a blind woman, and her husband comes into possession from somebody at an airport of a doll that's filled with heroin. Only he doesn't know it's filled with heroin. He's just asked to take the doll, and the woman's going to pick it up from him at a later time. But he's lost the doll, and now there's a bad guy that wants the doll, and he knows it's got to be there, so he enlists a couple of the woman who gave him the doll's known associates to help him try and get the doll from the apartment. And it's just a con that has to happen, and with Audrey Hepburn playing a blind woman, it adds this other layer to the tension and the drama. And I love the play. I love the movie. The Alan Arkin role is one of my dream roles. Harry wrote is one as an actor. It is one of my dream roles. So yeah, always great to watch Wait Until Dark. On the 28th, I watched my first I watched my first Andrea Tarkovsky film. And that was his debut feature, Ivan's Childhood. I've heard great things about Tarkovsky's works, and I wanted to start at the beginning, and I'm just gonna knock. Criterion Channel has all but the last two. They used to have the last two, and they went off the channel a couple months ago, but I know how to access those too. So hi Ollie. But yeah, and Ivan's Childhood by Tarkovsky, story of an orphaned Russian boy in World War II who ends up working as a spy for the Russian army. and it was just an absolutely fantastic film. I loved it, and I'm excited to get to more of Tarkovsky's films. We also, on the 29th was a big day. We watched a lot of movies on the 29th. Um, we started the day with Day of the Triffids, um, which I can't, where did I pull it up at? I know it's here. There it is. Directed by Freddie Francis and Steve Seckley, and it is an adaptation of I can't think of the author's name who wrote Wyndham. John Wyndham. John Wyndham. Adaptation of the John Wyndham novel. We first saw this movie years ago when we were in Rocky Horror Show. If you know Rocky Horror Show, you know the opening song, science fiction double feature. It's got the line, Janet Scott fight a Triffid who spits poison and kills. That year, because my wife was playing Columbia / the Usherette, and sang this song at the, so, opened the show singing the song. So because she was singing the song, she wanted to have seen all of the sci-fi films that song references, and Day of the Triffids is one of those. So we first watched it then, and we just fell in love with it. So we try to watch it at least once every couple of years, because it's a fantastic movie. Then we also watched The Phantom of the Opera, the original 1925 silent film. I gotta start closing some of this shit. Directed by Rupert Julian, starring Lon Chaney, and it's the classic story of the Phantom of the Opera, adapted from the Gaston Leroux novel, and it's about, depending on which frame rate you watch it at. My Blu-ray has two different frame rates. We watched it at the frame rate that makes it 90 minutes because it's a more accurate frame rate. And it was just fantastic. Really enjoyed it. We also watched a pre-code. This was in the pre-code Joan Blondell collection on Criterion Channel. It's more a Barbara Stanwyck movie than it is a Joan Blondell movie. But it is from 1931, Night Nurse by William Wellman. It's one I've been wanting to see for a while because it was a pre-code Barbara Stanwyck movie. Then it showed up in this Joan Blondell collection. And it was about to leave Criterion Channel, and I hadn't watched it yet. So it's only a little over an hour. Yeah, it's only a little over an hour, and it's actually got a very early Clark Gable role in it too, which I didn't know. But I was surprised. It was not what I was expecting, and it had a kind of a dark element to it, handled lightly, but Barbara Stanwyck ends up nursing for a couple of kids who she suspects are purposely malnutritioned to death, and her trying to figure that out and get the kids healthy. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. In fact, I found a way to I have coming volume 2 of Turner Classic Movies, Forbidden Hollywood collection, that has this in it. It also has 3 on a Match in it, which was another one that I wanted to get to from that collection and didn't before it left. So I'm excited for that to be coming. We also watched Pinocchio that day. I don't think I need to talk much about that. Just part of our Disney watching. We also watched Fun and Fancy Free, 1947 Disney like Ichabod and Mr. Crane, it's a double feature kind of thing. You have Bezzy. No, no, it's not Bezzy Bear. It is. I might have to pull this up. I wasn't going to, and now I got so many tabs open now. Bongo the Circus Bear, and then it's also got Mickey, the classic Mickey and the Beanstalk. Which I love, Mickey and the Beanstalk. Yeah, and then we ended the month on the 30th with the Tim Burton classic, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Which she wanted to watch it just after. She wanted to watch it kind of between Halloween and Christmas. So we watched it on the 30th. And again, that's one we watch every year. We love Nightmare Before Christmas. FlossTube viewers know I have a cross-stitch chart from Heaven and Earth Designs called Simply Meant to Be that I'm doing. But yeah, okay, so we're at 20 minutes now. Maybe I'll do another video at some point going all the way back to October. What we watched, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing an October video of this. Let me know in the comments if this is if this is something you like to see. Kind of a wrap up of the movies that I've watched. I'm trying to test the waters and see if the movie content is going to be successful on the channel, I guess, and something that's going to get the viewers, or if I just be talking to my camera and seeing like 5 or 6 views on the video each time I did it. So because I do these videos to have conversations in the comments and get to know people who have similar interests. So if this is something you guys are interested in seeing, or if I have trouble finding an audience and a community for this, then it may not be something I continue doing. But I'm trying to test the waters with it and see what happens and see where it goes. So let me know in the comments. If you've made it to the end of the video, you can leave a little wavy emoji to say hi, or let me know, have you seen any of these movies? Do any of them sound interesting to you? And let me know if you want to see future videos of movies that talking about movies that I've watched. Anyway, this ended up being longer than I planned on it being. I will try to get posters up so that there's a little bit more visual aspect rather than me just telling you the title of the movie. And thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos and you enjoyed it, please let me know. If you want to see future videos from me, I do definitely videos on books and cross stitch and possibly movies going forward. And yeah, I've got some ideas for some more movie content like this, and I actually next year I'm horrible at closing off a video lately. I am a voting member of Film Independent for the Spirit Awards. So once the Spirit Award nominations come out, I'm going to get access to screener copies of the nominated movies. So I had the idea of watching through a category and then going through it and my thoughts on the films and which one I was going to vote for. So that's if the movie content continues, that is something to possibly look forward to. Anyway, like I was saying, if that's something you want to see, let me know. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Hit the little bell icon to make sure you get to see my future videos and are notified when I post them. And I will see you all in the next one.